Welcome to 5 and 5 from the one-stop co-op shop where I discuss 5 key elements of a game in about 5 minutes. I'm Michael Kelly, and today I'm looking at Vagrantsong, a 1 to 4 player boss battler campaign game. And a disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this one. There have been a bunch of these boss battling games recently, and I've enjoyed a lot of them, but how does Vagrantsong shake out in the pack? Let's find out and get to the list. So first at number 5 is the campaign structure of the game, and this was a mix for me. On the positive side, the campaign has some nice variety. There is a bit of branching in terms of what order you see things in, and also the story itself and the overall theme they create is great. But on the negative side, at least for my personal taste, it's overly long. It's 20 scenarios or more, and it doesn't vary up as much as I would like with that. And also, despite the minor branching I talked about, it's still pretty much completely linear. If you play again, you'll just kind of swap the order of some of the bosses. So it's not one that I really see myself replaying ever again. So if you're looking for something shorter you can explore again and again, this doesn't really fit the bill. And we've got another mix at number 4, which is the upgrade system and building up your characters across the campaign. On the positive side, the characters themselves are pretty different. You have melee fighters, more range fighters, support characters. You've got one with a dog to help you out. And while there are a lot of generic skills and items you'll use to build up your characters, there's also some character-specific ones that can combo together nicely. But on the negative side, except for items, as you build up your character, you just get more options for spending your 3 actions each turn. You don't really actually get stronger in a way, so it's not as exciting as it could be. And the big thing is once you've filled up all your slots, which can happen pretty quickly, you're only really waiting for skills that are slightly stronger than your old ones. So you really feel like you reach a plateau, in my campaign at least, like by mission 5 or 6, and then you've got like 14 more missions to go where you're really not going to get that much stronger. So if you want to have kind of power gaming going on, this won't really provide it too well. Next at number 3, a full-on con, which is the randomness in the game, although there are some positive spots here that almost made it a mix. The things that I like are the game has exploding dice. If you roll a 6, you get to roll again. That's always fun. And also something I'll talk about more in a second, the Haints, the bosses, their activation is somewhat predictable, so that's kind of nice. But the 2 big negative sides of the randomness to bring it down to a con, at least for me, first of all, you only have 3 actions on your turn, and often you'll spend a bunch of those actions just to do 1 attack or 1 special ability, and you'll usually be rolling dice looking for like a 3 or a 4, and you can waste your entire turn if you roll badly. Literally accomplish nothing. Doesn't feel that great. And then on top of that, a lot of the bosses give you reasons to dig in this bindle bag for specific tokens to help you out or get out of a bad situation, and it can be totally random whether you get the correct tokens or not, which can leave you in a really precarious situation or even force you to basically skip your entire turn. So some pain points there that I don't like with the randomness. But hey, after all these mixes and cons, finally a pro at number 2, and that is the Haint variety, basically the scenario variety. First of all, each of the Haints has 5 actions they can take at a time, but you have some predictability with the tokens that are already out of the bag. You can guess what things the Haint is likely to do and prepare for them, so it's less random than a lot of these boss battlers with the deck. And then the Haints themselves have 2 forms for each of them, so the scenario tends to evolve in cool ways. And some of the scenarios are really neat. They don't even involve combat. You might be running away from something, dodging around terrain, some really nice variety there. And then another really cool thing are these rituals. Basically, each Haint has 3 sort of mini quests you can try to pursue, and like unique events that are spread about with quick little story moments to experience. Again, there's not a ton of variety if you go through the game again with these, but definitely the first time you play can be really fun and exciting to explore those. But I'm going to finish up with a mix for my number 1, and that's focusing on what you actually do on your turn and the kind of a turn structure in general. So as I mentioned, on your turn you take 3 actions, basically assign these coins to different action spaces, and after each of your turns you activate the Haint once, and one of the really nice things here is that both of those things are very fast. Player turns are lightning quick, and Haint activations tend to be very fast as well. But on the negative side, your turns aren't often that interesting. Sometimes you'll put all 3 of your coins on a single action to move 9 spaces or to do like 1 big attack, and again you can whiff with the dice, so you'll often find, especially when controlling 1 character, that you waste your turn and not a lot happens. But then on top of that, looking at 3 and 4 player counts, because you have a whole Haint's turn after each player turn, even though the individual turns are fast, especially with the possibility of a wasted turn, sometimes the downtime can be a little bit annoying. So overall, you might want to check out Vagrantsong if you like these boss battlers, if you like quick and very thematic tactical combat, you don't mind a bit of randomness, and you like a lot of theme in there. But if you don't like dice luck, if you don't like the possibility of downtime or wasting your turns, or if you're looking for a more replayable experience, you don't want to do kind of a one-off 20 scenario campaign that can last quite a long time, you might want to look elsewhere. And if you want to see the game in action, Colin did a playthrough a little while ago. Click the link up there to watch it. But until next time, good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.